he was trying to work this through the onside. Short of a length, he's trying to work it through mid-wicket. But half a leading edge, and Woakes, the momentum carrying forward, takes the catch on his follow-through. So KL Rahul, yet to find his best form in this tournament, has gone without scoring. India 8 for 1.
You want to be an actor, Vicky? क्या कर रहा है? यहाँ साइन करने के लिए नहीं बना है तू.
इसी को कहते हैं प्लैटिनम यारियां. मैकडॉनल्ड्स प्लैटिनम गोurmet स्नैक्स, जश्न यारी का. ICICI लोम्बार्ड में हम रीमा से किया हर मुश्किल वादा निभाते हैं. इसलिए विमेन असिस्ट जैसी फैसिलिटी से अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी को और बेहतर बनाते हैं. ICICI लोम्बार्ड, निभाए वादे. Virat Kohli, but this is a slightly different thing, even for him. Right field, and also the breeze that we have on the ground helping Woakes get that kind of a shape.
This is the game, Sanjay, right now. India's two best batsmen in against the new ball. KL Rahul really struggled to find his timing to get the ball away. He was trying to knock that onto the leg side, but knew straight away that he was in trouble as Woakes followed through. See that top hand coming off the bat as he played the shot.
That's well bowled, really well bowled, if that was intentional. Because when he's concerned about that line outside the off stump, his front pad gets across far too much. Good reactions, good athlete. That's what he is. This makes it easy on the follow through. Great start for England.
Yeah, a pick-me-up after the drop catch from Root in the previous over. Got what they wanted. Kohli in early.
Trio is gone. It is 1-1.
Want to know how a batsman gets out to a particular bowler?
Log on to cricket.com.
विल्किंस चावला की नौटंकी देखो. हॉटस्टार स्पेशल्स का The Office.
50% chill, 60% chill.
World Cup, Jadav has one half century to his name. Nothing much else to speak of. This is an absolutely critical partnership. Listen to Virat Kohli before the game in the press conference. He was asked about nerves. There'll be lots of young players, young cricketers out there look at him and think he looks completely nerveless, but he admitted to butterflies and nerves every time he comes out. You need them as a player. It's just about how you manage them. You've got to use those nerves to your advantage, because it makes you really keyed up and sharp at the start of your innings. You just hope that those nerves don't take over. But even the best players get like that.
Hey, he's got to watch Dhoni when he's waiting his turn to bat. You'll see his shoulders start twitching. So basically, it's the body just getting prepared for a challenge ahead. It's when nerves turn into anxiety and uncertainty, that's when you're in trouble.
Yes, and it's sometimes a game of bluff, isn't it? He said it's how you portray yourself to the opposition. You've got to almost convince them that you are nerveless and in full control.
Something Rohit Sharma has done right to the tournament. You can see he's beaten, but he's not fussed by it. Why? Because the bat hasn't gone away from the body. Have a look at this. Beaten, but have a look at the frozen bat close to the body.
delivery from Archer, slightly angling in and just nipping a bit off the seam.
And the ball carry from the bat to the fielder. Such a good pitch.
A combination of many things, that, Sanjay, isn't it? A delivery of 144 kilometres an hour, beautiful timing from Rohit Sharma, as you say, a nice pitch. The ball absolutely flew to Vince at backward point.
Too quick for Rohit Sharma. The ball came and hit him on the glove. Gets a single, 4 overs gone. 9 for 1.
आज मूवी या bowling Venki?
Who's Venki?
Sorry, Krish?
Krish?
Rahul?
Mother Dairy Chills ice cream. Real creamy milk से बनी. Really too good to share. आपके लिए, सिर्फ आपके लिए.
Maybe it's him, or maybe he just smells very nice. Skin by Titan. There's something about it.
Not the king right through the innings. Really, when the play started this morning, Johnny Bairstow and Jason Roy were just a treat to watch. Jason Roy was more the aggressor, when Johnny Bairstow just hung in long enough, went on to get 100. Just about the 26th over. Couple of inside edges to begin with, and after that, just love the way he played spin. Great use of the feet, judgment of length as well. Again, you can see India's approach, not really keen to get moving in the first 10 overs. That's been their style of play so far. Even with the score, like 337 to chase, I don't think it's going to change much. Issues for Lokesh Rahul, because you're looking at a pitch where the ball is really coming onto the bat. It's almost sort of skidding onto the bat. We've seen that. And there wasn't any pace taken off by the bowler, but right through that innings, he just struggled with the pace as if he was batting on a different pitch. One of those we got start of the tournament, the ball would just sit into the pitch. Just have a look at this. This is Lokesh Rahul. Faced 9 balls. Yeah, have a look at that shot, and you would think that the ball is not coming onto the bat. It is batting on a sluggish pitch and eventually getting out in that fashion. I worry for Lokesh Rahul. Such a good player, but he gets into these kind of spells. He seems a little lost. That's the line to him. And those white balls outside the off stump, these guys don't play the square cut anymore. That's the perfect line to play the square cut. We saw there in those replays, he was trying to force it with a straight bat off the back foot.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, it's sometimes a game of bluff, and KL Rahul is clearly not in his best form. He has to try and convince himself, and also by doing that, convince the opposition that there are no issues with his game. It's often as much about body language as it is about anything else.
He's been out of form for a while when you look at international cricket test matches. Well done on the follow through. Rohit Sharma gets back safely, but that's a third maiden in a row for Chris Woakes. 9 for 1.
प्रेम कहाँ है मेरी?
म्यूचुअल फंड से ड्रीम को अपना गोल बना ले। तो पैसे नहीं यार मेरे पास। देख, लाइफ में तेरा जो भी गोल हो, बड़ा या छोटा, उसके लिए हर महीने अलग-अलग SIP में इन्वेस्ट कर। जितना बड़ा गोल, उतना बड़ा अमाउंट और उतना ज्यादा टाइम, ये तो सही है।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
Want to know whether your team is winning?
What a delivery, and this is where he's exceptional, Jofra Archer, with no hint at all to the batsman, and that's why Virat Kohli as well must have been surprised with this one.
Well, if you can't enjoy this cricket, then I'm afraid the game, there's no hope for you, because this is a fantastic contest. A quick bowler with a great change of pace against the world's best in Virat Kohli, chasing in a one-day international with plenty on the game. Fantastic.
Well bowled, Jofra Archer. Excellent stuff. That's going to be 4 runs to Virat Kohli. He'll get off the mark, but this is a battle that Jofra Archer's won.
Yeah, it wasn't a convincing stroke, with Kohli pushing a little bit away from his body. It was a genuine edge. It was well short and wide of route. But the ball before was very lively, and Kohli is more tentative on the back of that coming forward.
Normally, after a short ball like that, he's very keen to get onto the front foot because that's what he's expecting. With Jofra Archer, that's what he's doing. That's going to be 4. It's a short boundary there, but Virat Kohli was inside the crease, waiting for another short delivery. Just watch the adjustment. He's back in the crease, but the balance so good going forward.
Yes, it was a more convincing stroke. Again, there wasn't quite that footwork. He's certainly not lunging at Jofra Archer, but crucially the weight was coming into the stroke. Get your body weight coming forward. Sometimes you don't have to have that big stride forward.
That's a hallmark of an exceptional player. Sachin Tendulkar is around, was so good at it. He also would sometimes premeditate it and go right back in the batting crease. And if you're surprised by the length, the ball was pitched up, he was still able to drive and get 4 runs. So he's expecting the short ball, surprised that the ball is full. And as you said, it's not so much about the footwork, but the weight, just leaning forward with the torso. Great form, but once again from Ben Stokes, that innings made such a difference because after Morgan got out, there was that Shami comeback in 1 over, couple of overs getting 2 wickets. It was Ben Stokes who once again put England back on track and helped them get to a score. It's quite stiff for India. 17 for 1.
Mrs. Nanavati, how many times did you sleep with Prema Ahuja? उसने तुम्हारी वाइफ को फंसाया और तुमने अपनी वाइफ और अपने घर को बचाया।
9 मेंबर्स की जूरी में मैक्सिमम पारसीज होंगे।
जूरी में ज्यादा से ज्यादा हिंदू चाहिए। Guys, we are going to pull the strings here and the puppets are going to dance in the court.
He is a hero!
और मर्डरर भी।
I want Kavas Nanavati hung till death.
Only the best mangoes go into Storia, India's highest fruit content shake.
Although England also didn't get a flyer in their first 10 overs. Right, interesting field position for Rohit Sharma. They've got to seal him it off slightly deep. Well bowled again.
Yes, the kind of position you often have on a pitch that maybe is a little too paced, where you feel that the batsman is looking to drive. The ball might just stick in the pitch and pop in the air. That's where Bairstow finds himself. He's going to stay there for Kohli as well. I might, for Kohli, have him wider to his left, more on an extra cover line than very straight.
The bottom hand of Virat Kohli. You saw a little graphic earlier saying dynamic player, leg side, dominance. Talk about his cover drive, but this is something he loves to do. Not too many bowlers allow him to play this kind of shot.
Well, there's only a mid-on, which is Archer, and there is nobody else on the leg side in front of square, so he's eyeing up that gap at mid-wicket, just using his wrists to try and get the ball through.
Interesting athlete because they've got a fine leg inside, they've got a deep square leg, and I think the line, what we've seen so far, has been middle stump. You might think with Virat Kohli and the wind blowing across, slip taken off is another clue that they may not be looking to trap him so much outside the offs and driving, but more leg before, I guess, but just give him something different. What do you expect these days is just a line outside the offs, especially from bowlers like Wokes.
Which is what England did on this ground, if you recall, a year ago, albeit in a different form of the game. That wonderful 100 that Kohli scored in the Test match, and that brilliant battle against Anderson, who just held a line outside off stump, tested Kohli's patience time and again. A different game, a different situation, but still a good battle.
Jimmy Anderson was there for the last game in the press box, went and shook hands with him. So thanks for the memories. That last series is something that I'll never forget, the battle between Anderson and Virat Kohli. Both class players. The Virat Kohli got hundreds. Anderson didn't get him out, I think, once in that series, but it was never looking easily the second best in that contest. Get two for that. Some hard runs at the moment, India. 7 overs gone, it's 20 for 1.
ड्रीम कहाँ है मेरी? म्यूचुअल फंड से इस ड्रीम को अपना गोल बना ले। तो पैसे नहीं यार मेरे पास। देख, लाइफ में तेरा जो भी गोल हो, बड़ा या छोटा, उसके लिए हर महीने अलग-अलग SIP में इन्वेस्ट कर। जितना बड़ा गोल, उतना बड़ा अमाउंट और उतना ज्यादा टाइम। ये तो सही है।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
1 लाख बिग मूवर्स के
of 300, in fact over 330 against England at Pune. Virat who got 100. He pushed Kedar Jadhav to run right to that innings of 100, and by the time the innings was finished, Kedar Jadhav was gone. I guess clearly you want to just see of Jofra Archer here. Good call, extremely well judged. Single.
Tiny hesitation, just for a moment. But importantly, Kohli was looking at Sharma and not the ball. Once you're looking at your partner and not the ball, it's less likely you're going to get yourself into trouble.
Some more orthodox field for Jofra Archer when Virat Kohli is on strike. Just a deep fine leg. Two fielders inside the circle on the leg side, two slips. like Rohit Sharma was the last over. So that you get the Jofra Archer is so slippery.
I think if you are going to bowl a short ball at Virat Kohli, that's the line it needs to be, almost over his left shoulder, rather than outside off stump where he can flay it. He sometimes gets a little cramped on the hook shot, and I've seen him top edge the ball down to fine legs. So a good line for that bouncer.
It's another quick delivery from Jofra Archer. 8 overs gone. It's 22 for 1.
मैं मेंबर्स ऑफ द जूरी से ये पूछना चाहूंगा, अगर आप कमांडर की जगह होते और अगर आपकी वाइफ को प्रेम आहूजा जैसा प्लेबॉय अपने फायदे के लिए यूज करता, तो आप क्या करते?
A world of complete eyewear solutions. Nova, where vision meets fashion.
मेरे साथ नेट प्रैक्टिस करेंगे? सेलो पेन्स का क्रिकेट फीवर पैक खरीदो और मेरे साथ नेट प्रैक्टिस करने का चांस पाओ।
Chris Woakes, the man who picked up the wicket. Jofra Archer might have had one. So testing times for India and what's such a large run chase. Scored well, Chris Woakes.
India in this tournament have taken their time chasing 337. You can't take too much time.
Very interesting seeing how he structures this run chase. The longer he plays, the better it will be, just to understand how the mind of modern great works. Now catcher at short cover, very swell, shot mid off really. We finally put out a proper summer day for visitors.
I saw you moaning on social media the other day. When's summer going to arrive? As soon as you put that out, the sun's come out. You're in charge of the weather here as well, Harsh.
I had the power. So when Virat and Rohit going to score 100 together. And England's beautiful when the sun is out. Let's look at the atmosphere here today. Nice packed house. Blue skies, it's lovely. Good run chase on, 2 quality batsmen in, 2 of the world's best. Against a side that's finding its way back in the World Cup after going astray for a while. That's a good thing about this format. Allows for comebacks. Sometimes, as we've seen in the IPL, which is a 14-game tournament, this is a 9-game tournament, if you actually start to pile on the wins towards the end, you carry that form into the knockouts. So England have that opportunity. India need to stop that today. Sunday, India play Bangladesh here on Tuesday. Now everyone's talking about Pakistan and New Zealand and England in India. Now the Bangladesh team training there would quietly be telling themselves, excuse me, we are in this too. We've got a very good recent record against Pakistan. I think it's 4-0 in recent times against Pakistan. So if they can upset India, and I'm say the word upset, knowing it's going to anger a few people, they could end up on 11 points. It's 5 the over after the first ball boundary. It's 27 for 1.
Experience international nirvana with Amstel.
Bangladesh or Pakistan, one of the two can get to 11. Only one, not both, so that would favor New Zealand too. It's amazing how many teams will benefit from England losing today, Nasser.
Everyone from the subcontinent and a little bit of New Zealand thrown in.
Virat Kohli's got 16, but at the other end, Rohit Sharma's 11 of 25. The asking rate will start to creep up. That's how India have actually gone a little slower than they normally do. I think they average sort of 4.3 or thereabouts in the first 10 overs. Right, Michael Atherton's here.
Well, Harsh and Ash, we were referencing the battle Kohli had against Anderson last year at Edgbaston. I just want to show you where he's got out, when he's got out early against Seam in one-day internationals. Those black dots you can see there, and that's why England were concentrating in that 5th, 6th stump channel to Kohli. Gradually, though, he started to get used to the line. Nas, you will remember that test match here last year when he started to get over to off stump against Anderson. That's what he started to do to England in this game.
One of the great battles of the series last summer, Kohli putting away his ego, and it was something he said to the Aussies at the end of the series there when asked how should Australia go in England, put your ego away, play the ball that's coming down. What they need right now, though, India, is a bit of Kohli's ego. Chasing 300 plus, Kohli has 900s for India. That's how vital he is in the run chase. He needs to be at his swaggering, strutting, egoing best.
It's a bit of change to Kohli in this series. He's now 16 of 24. Normally he likes to impose himself very early, as if to say, look, I'm here. Now let's see what you've got to throw at me. This time he's taking his time. He'll end up at about run a ball like he's done in all his 80s and 70s.
Well, England have bowled very well. Two opening bowlers have been exceptional. They're not giving either of these batsmen anything to hit. Almost breaks every rule when chasing down 337. To let the opposition bowl 10 overs and be, 30 for 1. They're doing it the hard way.
It's also an illustration of how much they believe they can score at the end if they've got wickets in hand. 20 ahead at this stage.
मुश्किलों में कोई अपना मिल जाए तो हिम्मत बंध जाती है। ऐसे में कंचन ने मदद का हाथ बढ़ाया। क्लेम्स डिपार्टमेंट। किसी बंद दरवाजे के पीछे कंचन अपना काम करता रहा ताकि उम्मीद के दरवाजे खुलते रहे। आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस टेक्नोलॉजी से हम आपका क्लेम मिनटों में अप्रूव कर जाते हैं। हम आपसे किया मुश्किल से मुश्किल वादा निभाते हैं। ICICI लोम्बार्ड, निभाए वादे।
Want to know who should bowl in the death overs? Log on to cricket.com.
Power play, to be honest. England playing 4 quality seamers. 5 if you want to count Stokes in there. This Liam Plunkett. For mid-overs specialist for England, as he picks wickets in mid-overs.
He does, and it's pretty simple. His variation is pretty simple. Cross-seam, bowling it into the surface. I think eventually he'll change ends because he'll bowl short and he'll want the bigger boundary to the India right-handers. Exception of Pant.
Also because of that length, he probably needs a support, so he's come on with 4 fielders now allowed outside. straight away. 4 are outside. Kohli's called for 2. Won't get them. Did you sometimes run with batsmen who thought there was 2 and you deemed or the other way around? It happens so often with Kohli.
Yeah, you got to know your batters. Kohli, every time he hits it, wants to, and occasionally you have to send him back. What he's doing is putting that fielder in the deep under pressure. Just look up and see Kohli running hard. They take their eye off the ball for a fraction of a second. You have a fumble and you go.
First 10 overs were England's. KL Rahul, who'd been off the field, did come out to bat. A couple of pleasing shots. The catch, though, was dropped off for Rohit Sharma. Then this one, strange dismissal. Look at the numbers, and you say, yes, Chris Ward's ball beautifully. Archer created opportunities too.
Just a brilliant set. Even the boundary came from Kohli coming down the pitch and hitting over the top. A couple of looseners from Archer, but apart from that, nothing. No freebies at all.
Look what happens in the second lot of 10 overs. England really took off. This was soon after the DRS decision against Jason Roy was not taken. Immediately after that, he went 6-4-4 against Pandya. He got 90 in the next 10. I'm not saying it was an outcome of not going in for a review, but England just thought they'd seen enough now. I thought this seam was something that fast bowlers love playing with. Yet it's amazing how often these days people are bowling cross seam. The ball goes past the bat twice in that over. From Duncan, 31 for 1 from 11.
ये ले मेरा नया फिलिप्स ट्रिमर। ये एक चले 6 ऑर्डिनरी ट्रिमर्स के बराबर, क्योंकि इसमें है ड्यूरा पावर टेक्नोलॉजी।
Innovation in you, Philips.
Know each other's game inside out is Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan do. One can sometimes take the load of the other, the pressure of the other. So often Shikhar Dhawan would go for it early. This is relentless. Mark Wood will serve up a very decent pace.
Cricket's an odd game, really. It's a team game, but it's also full of individuals. And look at England, just one change. Roy coming back in with a bit of strut and a bit of swagger and a bit of confidence. Immediately, normal service had been resumed for England. Same thing for India, just early loss of Rahul every time, or early loss of whoever. Suddenly they're on the back foot. Change of dynamic with one injury.
Teams will tell you it needn't be so, but you've got to have like-for-like replacements. You spend a lot of time picking 15, but it's never the same thing. Rohit Sharma, Shikhar Dhawan was just different together.
One thing England done well today is silence the crowd. Very rare of that crowd being up. England have quietened down perfectly all day. ever seen from Rohit Sharma. He's usually so pleasing on the eye, but just look at this. This is a bit of a slog. But he gets enough on it to get it wide and mid-on and away for 4.
Was that one of your objectives when you were playing India? To silence the crowd?
Here at Birmingham, definitely. Absolutely, you know you're winning the battle.
Just got a little high on the bat too. By the normal silken timing. Still, he's played the big shot, and India have only got 5 of this over. The asking rate starting to nudge 8. Of something here. 7.91 required run rate. Rohit Sharma 16 of 34. Realizes this can't go on for too long. There's a little edge, it fell short.
फंड्स में इन्वेस्ट किया?
या मैंने आज म्यूचुअल फंड में पैसा डाला और कल मार्केट नीचे आ गया तो मैं उतना रिस्क नहीं लेना चाहता।
देख, म्यूचुअल फंड्स में रिस्क तो है, इसलिए हर म्यूचुअल फंड का रिस्क समझकर ही इन्वेस्ट किया कर और उतने ही पैसे इन्वेस्ट कर जो लंबे समय तक रख सके।
भाई बात तो तेरी सही है।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
Ago as their special marquee game for the One Day for Children charity. Everyone has bought into it.
It's a lovely initiative. One Day for Children, helping them play, learn, be healthy. So do support this initiative, unicef.uk/cricket. Now this over. He's enjoyed playing here in the past, Virat Kohli.
Well, you see Kohli's reaction there about the tennis ball bounce. When you go cross seam, ball comes off at so many different paces. Some skid, some bounce if it hits the seam. That's Plunkett's simple skill. He just bowls it into the pitch. Natural variation. And Kohli there says that one just bounced on me.
England still have Ben Stokes to call upon Adil Rashid. If you have a 6-7 overs bowler and a wicket keeper in your top 6, it's just brilliant for your balance. And Moeen Ali plays, you've got an off-spinner who can bat at 7, even though his recent form hasn't been great, but we know what he can do. That's just brilliant. You've got an off-spinner, a leg spinner, and that's why before the tournament started, England was in everybody's book, not just a favourite, but the overwhelming favourite. That sudden dip and started to wonder if they can handle the pressure, if the pitches are creating any trouble for them. But if they do manage to get 2 points here, they'll go and play New Zealand with a lot of confidence. They pick up 2 there, then they're in the semi-final. Virat Kohli's got 529 runs in 9 innings. Edgbaston, average of 132. He's playing here. Good save. From that plunket over. 13 gone. 43 for 1.
Papa story.
Okay. Alexa, tell us a bedtime story.
Once upon a time, there lived a lion in the jungle. The lion ate his lunch and soon went to sleep under a great...
Alexa, what sound does a lion make?
Amazon Echo, stories, music, information, and more. Just ask.
First discounts way good day to goodies ले लो सर्विस चार्ज और किलो भर के merchandise.
अरे किसको?
Points earners in our fantasy game. That might just be in the gap actually. Now we'll go around the bend and keep it down to 2. Shakib, always good to have someone who gives you wickets and runs, but good to see a pure bowler there. Mitchell Stark, normally you tend to load them up with batsmen, but if you're taking as many wickets as Stark, then you're getting a lot of points. 344. Finch, Warner and Root. Should be another 2, this time a long change to the left. In fact, they'll get 3. No, they won't. I thought there were 3 there.
Yeah, that was bad running. Bairstow's quick, but that's a long way out there. He's blowing now, Johnny. Got 100. He's run round 30 yards to his right, 40 yards to his left. Very good in the field. Yet another wicketkeeper who's good in the field.
I remember saying earlier today that you can actually recognize a wicketkeeper in the deep sometimes. It's very quick. He just had to make a big run to his right, then another to his left.
I wouldn't mind seeing Wood. I know there's a limitation on bounces, etc. Mike Atherton made the point about Kohli and his left ear, left shoulder. Just put Bairstow out on the hook and Wood go at him hard with some chin music round about the left ear. At the moment, it's all been hip high. Some real aggressive bowling at Kohli.
It's very good from England so far. We've got 2 really good bowlers bowling the new ball, but the backup is relentless. 146 kilometers an hour, that one. It's clear that both teams have read this very differently. India going in with the 2 wrist spinners have been wonderful for them. England actually leaving out a spinner, going with 4 seam bowlers. That's a good shot. Just a sound it made. Virat Kohli trying to show them lights up a stadium.
Shot of the day. Elegant drive on the up. There wasn't that much wrong with the delivery. There's nothing wrong with the shot.
Sometimes our producer gives us the story of the match through still pictures. I'd love to see a still at the moment he made contact. Very pretty. 8 of the over. It's 51 for 1.
Come on boys, let's go practice. अरे रुक यार, मेरे बैंक अकाउंट में गलत एंट्री का प्रॉब्लम हो गया है। तो बैंक को कंप्लेन करना। बैंक को लिखे 1 महीना हो गया है, बट वो गूगली पे गूगली डाले जा रहा है। तो आरबीआई के बैंकिंग लोकपाल को इन्फॉर्म करो।
रुक, मैं समझाता हूँ। जैसे क्रिकेट में 3rd अंपायर, वैसे ही आरबीआई का बैंकिंग ओम्बड्समैन। आरबीआई कहता है अगर बैंक आपकी कंप्लेन को 1 महीने में नहीं सुलझाता तो आरबीआई के बैंकिंग ओम्बड्समैन में कंप्लेन करो। यह आरबीआई का आसान तरीका है आपकी कंप्लेन सुलझाने का, और वो भी फ्री।
समझे?
आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
Good feelings last a few months. Good acts more than a lifetime.
out for good. Last one. See, it'll be a good run chase.